Hello and welcome to another edition of my recent eBay purchases. Another video of just quick unboxing just to make sure everything's okay. All computer related this time, so let's get started. Oh yes, the power supply that I ordered. I've actually got two Commodore disk drives here, and I bought this thinking it was for them, and it turns out it's not. No, it's got the wrong voltage outputs. That is certainly an old one. It's certainly yellow, isn't it? I've never seen that one before actually. That's for a Commodore 64 because it has a 9 volt output AC and 5 volts output DC. If I remember rightly, this is a little hard drive that's come out of a Commodore Amiga. Oh no, it's not, it's a tape recorder. I wonder where that parcel is then. Oh, the little tape recorder. They sent me the cover separately because they forgot to put it in the post. Philips LFH 0085, made in Austria. Takes a 9 volt battery. Can't wait to get all these going actually, because I bought some, if you've seen the previous videos, I bought some others as well, all the same tape. Be interesting to see, hear the recordings on them. Right, now I know this is a disk drive. I've never had one of these before. I bought two of these recently. I think this is the one I paid £60 for, but it has no power supply. So looking back with hindsight, probably paid a little bit too much for it really. Got a serial port there, interface, two dip switches. That must be so you can daisy chain them and select which one is in the chain. Power supply, off switch. The seals are still sealed, not been broken. I think that's what attracted me to it, that's why I paid what I did. So it needs 5 volts DC and 12 volts DC. Now I do have an old external hard drive caddy power supply with those outputs, so I'm going to order some adapters and make a power supply. I think this is the other one. Like this may be the, I paid £30 for one. Yeah, £30 for one I think it was, and £60 for the other. Have to see that it's been well packed compared to the other one. Yeah, that one's got no seals on it. That was a bit more yellowed. Strange because in the picture it didn't look that bad. Problem with camera pictures on eBay, you don't always look exactly as the item is. So that was made in Japan, that was made in China. 1987 on that one. Yes. So now I have two with no power supplies. Right, now for the exciting one. In here is a Sinclair QL. I think it's QL. This has actually already been taken apart. A project that somebody started and they never finished it, so it's already all in bits. Let's see what we've got. Keyboard membrane. Certainly a long machine. Never had one of these before either. I remember seeing one years and years ago as a kid in a car boot sale here in England. He said it was grubby. certainly wasn't wrong there. All the keys are in the separate bag. These have those unusual little tape drives. Reset button on the side there. Some kind of expansion port on the end there, goes quite far in actually. Yes, and the unusual power connector. Very unusual, so net, what that means. RGB, UHF, it's like phone connections there. ROM port. There's the inside. Looks pretty clean in there. So I don't have a power supply for this, so I won't be testing it for a while because they're very hard to get hold of. It was amazing me that what Sinclair did for upgrades. Rather than obviously things changed, I don't know, or they use a different component. End up having to put in these hot wires and a couple of resistors there to do some research on that, see what that's all about. Such an unusual looking machine. Let's see what's in the envelope. That's all the wires there for the LEDs. That's the keys, yeah. All the keys are in there and the plungers. Hopefully they're all in there. I shall enjoy cleaning them because they look pretty grotty. And that's it for this occasion. I'll do a separate video on restoring this. We'll get it all cleaned up. In the meanwhile, I'll do a search for a power supply. I've done a quick look already, and it's an unusual one. I think it's got 15 volt output on it and a 9 volt output. I should imagine it'll be because of the tape drives there, because they've got motors in, so they'll need a bit more oomph than you would normally get from the standard 9 volt DC adapter you get on the Sinclair computers. It's such a peculiar machine. I have to try and keep my eye out for some cartridges for it as well. And I'll do a separate video on the Commodore disk drives on making the power supply. I need to get myself some discs as well to test it with. Right, well that's it for this edition. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, please consider liking and subscribing, and I'll be seeing you.